Ooh, look at that lighting. If you're thinking about moving to New York City or already have plans to, or if you're someone who is in your late 20s and early 30s and potentially starting over in life, then this video is for you. Okay, so some background context. I moved to New York from San Francisco last year in April when I was going through quite a time where a lot was changing. At the time I was 30 years old, and so the year leading up to that, my friends were all moving, people were going to grad school, a lot had changed because of the pandemic. I'd gone through a breakup with a person that I had seen a potentially like really longer term future with, and so I was just going through a lot, and so I really wanted a change of pace. I really wanted a fresh start. I really wanted to like shake my life up, and so I decided after quite a bit of deliberation to move to New York City. Okay, so the summary of that is basically saying if you're debating or thinking about moving and starting over, whether that is in the same city or a new city or just like a new life, a new job, I think it's really worth it. There's so much I've learned, and that's the point of this video and what I want to share. I'm sorry, my voice just choked. Okay, but what I want to share. So the first reflection or thing that I learned during my time here in New York is that this city can both make you feel really alive or really alone. I've had some amazing memories here in New York and some incredible nights. Like I won tickets to SNL and got to see SNL live, which was so amazing. I've had a ton of celebrity sightings just casually. There are so many unique pop-up events or shows that only happen in New York, and you could just be walking to work or to see a friend and you'll stumble across something that is so interesting and so fun, and so there's a lot of serendipity that can happen in the city. But at the same time, it's a city that's so dense and populated and has so many people that you physically can feel and see, and there's a rush and just busyness to it. And so if you're not doing something or if you're not with people, it's easy to also feel alone. And so just being cognizant of the environment you're in and doing your best to be intentional with your time and spend time with people you love, doing things you love, and also just not feeling bad if you want to have a night in and chill, or if you're not feeling like you need to be out and about, just because there's constantly a buzz to the city and there's a reason why it's labeled as a city that never sleeps. Okay, another reason why I moved to New York and another thing I've learned is that it is a fantastic city if you are single or if you're someone who just does not want to go into that suburb lifestyle vibe quite just yet. And I felt like while living in San Francisco, I love San Francisco. It's a little bit slower. It felt very like coupley or like younger family vibes at times. And here in New York, there is just a constant buzz, like I said before, and you have so many things to do. There are so many people out here. There are so many single people out here. It's completely normal to be in your 30s and single. And so I find that really affirming and great as someone who is single and is looking for a city where I'm around people who are in a similar life stage. Okay, third thing, this is probably obvious, but I'm just gonna state it because it needs to be said. It is really expensive to live in New York. I came from San Francisco, which people say is supposed to be more expensive. That is not true. I feel like in New York, I will literally just like breathe air and I spend $50. Like a cup of coffee. I was at this coffee shop the other day and I literally paid $9 for a latte, and I was like, how? But this is normal, this is just my life. So rent is really expensive, eating out is expensive, activities are expensive. There are so many things that I spend money on, and I'm like, how did I spend $400 just like in 2 hours? But it's a very expensive lifestyle. So, and there are definitely ways that you can find more affordable things to do or free things to do, or just be really conscious of your budget. But I will say that if you're potentially thinking about moving to New York and you're in your early 20s or even younger, just be aware it's an expensive city, so you just have to like figure out creative ways to make sure you're not spending too much. And if you're in your 30s, you definitely can have access to really amazing things, but also just being mindful that it may be difficult to save money here. My last reflection and learning, whatever you want to call it, is that if you have the opportunity to move to New York, I highly recommend it. I've had quite a like up and down relationship with New York, but I would say overall, and after having now been here for almost a year and a half, I am so grateful that I did make the move and did take a chance on trying something new, because it is truly such a unique city. And I feel like if you have the economic capability, or if you're given just like an opportunity for whatever reason to live here, it's so worth it, even if it's for a couple of months, because visiting a city versus living in a city is so different. And I had a period where I was like, was this the right move? But I truly feel like trying something different, pushing yourself out of your comfort zone is totally worth it at any age. And so yeah, all right, that is it for today. Thank you so much. Would love to hear from you on your stories about living in New York City, or what you love, what you don't love, what you would have shared that I didn't. Please subscribe. I would love if you want to join me in figuring out life, and I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye.